In the center of the wheel, you'll see this cap that covers all the lug nuts with a 22mm socket. Let's remove all these caps that hold onto the lug nuts. Now with the 22mm socket as well, go ahead and take off all 8 of your lug nuts, and then we'll take the wheel off. At the top of the knuckle right here, you'll see where the 10mm bolt attaches this bracket for the brake line. Take this off. I'm gonna get the ABS wire out of here just so I can freely move this bracket around. Squeeze on the top and on the bottom at the same time. And that should allow you to pop this out. There we go. So the 21mm socket, remove this nut for the tie rod stud. And then with a hammer on the knuckle, that should break the tie rod free from the knuckle. There we go. Now you can take the nut off, pull the tie rod down, push it out of the way. I put a pole jack here. I'm on a lift, but if you're on the floor, you can just use a jack or a jack stand, whatever you have, just to support the control arm so it doesn't extend down once we get the knuckle off of here. So at this point, with the 24mm socket, I'm going to remove this nut. Leave it on here just a couple threads so the knuckle doesn't fall off when we remove it. And now with a hammer right here on the knuckle or here, wherever, and that should break it free and allow it to come down. Okay, looks like it broke free. Remove the nut. Now the 21mm socket, I'm just going to remove the whole caliper and bracket assembly, get this out of our way. I left the top one in a few threads, and now you can pull both of them off and remove the whole caliper and bracket assembly like I said. I tied my caliper up here with a bungee cord, that way it's secure, doesn't want to fall down, and it's disconnected and away from the knuckle. Now you can remove your rotor. If it doesn't want to come out, another option is to just open it up. And up here, looks like there's another retainer. Let's see if I can get this one out. Oh yeah. Okay, so this one came out. Let's unplug it. Pop this off. And there's the old sensor. With an 18mm socket, remove this bolt for the upper ball joint. Slide it on a few threads. And then with a hammer the knuckle right here. That should break this free. Pay attention to not hammer on your brake hose. There we go. Now with the knuckle freed up, I'm going to take the top nut off. I'm going to let the control arm go up as far as it wants to. The caliper's still up here, so I'm going to pay attention to that. While supporting the knuckle, I'm going to take off the bottom nut, and then that'll be the last thing holding this knuckle on. Support the knuckle, take off the lower nut. All right, slide it down, off it comes. Now you can see the ball joint over here, and you can tell it has 4 little tabs that are bent over. With an air chisel or a hand chisel and a hammer, bend these up, and then we'll just push it down. This is what locks it in, it's just these 4 tabs. Now you can grab your hammer and just drive it down. Now I want to clean up this upper lip here. As you can tell, I kind of chiseled it up a little bit. So we'll just give it a quick sanding wherever it needs to be sanded so that the ball joint can slide up and in nice and smooth with no restrictions. Now to install this ball joint, you can take the boot off if you want, if you don't have a ball joint press cup that fits properly, but I do, and that means I can press on this outer lip of the metal piece without damaging the boot. There are some cups, and I've had to do this in the past, that just do not fit, and you have to take the boot off. In that case, just take a screwdriver, pop it right off, no problem. I have a cup that fits, so I don't have to worry about it, and this cup will push the ball joint up into place, but you also need a receiving cup because it does protrude out a little bit. And you need a receiving cup here, and I have this little ring with a plate on top. This is going to make a nice sturdy place for the ball joint press to press on and suck the ball joint up into the control arm. All right, that's bottomed out. Release the tool. There we go. Next, you want to put on the snap ring to lock the ball joint in. Get your snap ring pliers on the snap ring and position this as best as you can. Make sure it's in the groove. Sometimes giving it a couple taps can situate it fully. This one's in, so let's get the knuckle on. Get the knuckle in. Start this bottom nut first, that way it can be held in place. Now with the pry bar, I'm going to bring the top control arm down, and I'm going to put on this nut here. That way this is secure. Since I'm here, might as well snug this one up now. This gets torqued to 37 foot-pounds. Snug this one up. 74 foot-pounds for this nut. At this point, you gotta make sure that the cotter pin hole lines up with the slot on the stud. Mine lines up about 90%, so I'm gonna give it a little bit extra. There we go. You always wanna tighten, never loosen to make these line up. Stick your cotter pin through and bend it over to lock it in. That's locked in. Get the ABS wire rerouted back in its spot on top of the frame here. Go ahead and plug it in. Now we can remove our support. Now I have new brakes, so I don't have to worry about this, but if you don't, you want to clean up the hub surface with sandpaper or wire brush, whatever it takes. You want to get rid of all the rust that has built up and is creating raised areas. And then you want to coat it with anti-seize. I already have done all this, as you can see, because the brakes are new, but clean it up and then install your rotor. You want to also clean up the inside of the rotor hat right here if yours is dirty. Slide this on, bring the caliper over, slide it back onto the rotor. Start in the two mounting bolts. Once one is started, you can let go. Line up the other one. Let's snug these up. Torque these to 221 foot-pounds. All right, let's put the tie rod back into the knuckle. Put the nut on. Let's snug it up. 47 foot-pounds for this. Put this back onto the knuckle. Start in the bolt. Just going to secure this wire like this. Make sure it's nice and tight and cut off the excess. Let's get the wheel back on. Start on all of your lug nuts, bottom them out, and then torque them to 140 foot-pounds. Last but not least, don't forget about the cap that covers up your lug nuts. Slide this on, and it's best to thread this on by hand because these plastic caps can break and strip out easily. So just make them snug enough to hold this in place. You don't have to go crazy tight on these. Okay, take it for a road test.